Are there things you believed as an adolescent that you shake your head at today? Children have very active imaginations, and when they want to make sense of the world, it's amazing some of the things they can come up with. For instance, some children believe that tiny people controlled traffic lights, while others thought that the people they saw on TV could see them in real life. As we get older, we put things into a more realistic perspective. We learn the difference between reality and fantasy. I'm Mike with List 25, and check out this list of 25 stupid things you believed as a kid that are nearly unbelievable.
25.
The magic cash machine. I thought that you could take money out of a cash machine anytime you needed some. It seemed odd that people worried about the cost of things when they should just visit the cash machine more frequently. Wouldn't it be, so joyous if there was a machine that automatically gave you money whenever you needed it? Yes, there are ATMs, but they don't just randomly give you free money. How crushing it must have been for this person to learn the truth.
24.
When a song was being played on the radio, I thought the whole band just popped into the room with the radio presenter, then left once they'd finished. Just imagine if this was true. It would be the most epic radio station ever. Although, where would the station keep all the bands? Maybe in one gigantic room?
23.
When I was a kid, I thought dogs and cats were the same species, just dogs were male and cats were female. Blew my little 7-year-old mind when my dog got pregnant. We can imagine the look on this person's face when their dog all of a sudden got a little bigger and then had a tiny dog coming out of it. Hopefully their parents had the talk with them. Why is our dog pregnant? Let me tell you about the birds and the bees, but it's a dog.
22.
The chocolate bunny has feelings too. I convinced myself that my saliva would work like a narcotic on chocolate Easter bunnies so they wouldn't feel the pain of me eating them. Then there are those people who bite the heads off animal crackers in a twisted sense of dominance.
Me.
Of course it is. Hey, at least this person tried to make the pain more humane with their slobber. Shh, it's okay, chocolate bunny. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt anymore.
That makes it way creepier.
21.
Quitting cold turkey. I used to believe that quitting something cold turkey meant that you ate cold turkey instead of smoking or doing whatever else they were trying to quit. I figured that since cold turkey doesn't sound that delicious, they must be so distracted by how annoying cold turkey tastes that they forget about their addiction.
20.
Warning, this is just a drill. When I was about 4, our kindergarten teacher told us that there would be a fire simulation in the next few weeks when the firemen would come to our school. I was terrified because I thought that they would set our school on fire to teach us what to do in case a real fire started, and I was unsure whether the firemen would be able to deal with the fire before everything was destroyed. In all fairness, if you want kids to learn, you need to prepare them properly.
19.
The little people who control lights. I used to think that there were little people inside traffic lights who pressed buttons to make them change from green to yellow to red. How much should one get paid for a job like that? Do they offer any benefits? Health, dental, 401k? Also, what kind of education would you need besides the basic green meaning go, red meaning stop, and yellow meaning slow down?
18.
I thought if someone kissed me, we were married. Thinking this as a child is quite endearing. If this was true for an adult, it'd be quite terrifying. It would definitely make people think twice about making out with random strangers at a bar. But what happens in Vegas should definitely stay in Vegas.
17.
Apple tree seeds. When you eat an apple and accidentally swallowed the seeds, an apple tree would grow inside you. Whew, just thinking about this makes us cringe. Would the apple tree just stay in our stomachs? Would we all of a sudden just become apple trees? Someone answer this, please. Is this some sort of mutant transformation thing?
16.
I used to think adults could read my mind, and that when people turned 18, you magically gained the gift of reading children's minds. If you're a parent and you convince your child this is true, you're a genius. perhaps an evil genius, but a genius all the same. But please make sure at some point to tell them the truth. You can wait until they're 18 or 40, whatever works best for your situation.
How disappointing would that be, though?
15.
The creature from the bowl. I was definitely convinced some sort of creature would come out of the toilet when I flushed it. I would always wash my hands first, flush, then run out of the bathroom. We believe that some grown-ups still have this fear. If you were a teen in the 80s, you may remember a movie called Porky's. In this movie, an unpopular gym teacher was sitting on the toilet. When she looks down, she sees a snake in the bowl. So yeah, this belief is not that far-fetched.
14.
A long time to make a movie. I thought old and young versions of movie characters were played by the same actor, and they just waited until the actor grew up to finish making the movie. Who has that kind of patience? They'd have to have a very strong contract. Theoretically, they could do this, and did with the movie Boyhood. But usually they either use a really good makeup artist or pick a different actor to play the older/younger version.
Yeah, Boyhood did this.
Yeah.
You got a claim for it.
Yeah.
13.
The hardest part about college. When my parents said colleges were hard to get into, I thought they meant the door was heavy and hard to open. Better start lifting some serious weights. Harvard has an iron door that only a select few have been able to open. Many have tried, few have succeeded. Good luck.
12.
I thought nosebleed seats at a basketball game were given their name because they were closest to the court, so you could get hit in the face with the ball. Talk about really experiencing the action. If this were true, then baseball probably wouldn't be that popular of a sport. Well, maybe it would be if you're not in the nosebleed seats.
11.
I thought clowns were a race of people.
Oh my god.
I was obviously wrong. Oh dear Lord. No, absolutely not. A race of Pennywise-like creatures? Not on my watch. By the way, that whole clown prank thing really got out of hand. Although some might say we already have a race of clowns in politics.
But yeah.
Thank you.
Political comedy. Political comedy genius.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm here all week.
Totally not low-hanging fruit. Yay.
Instead of shit, just hunka.
I loved the creepy clown era. I thought it was awesome.
10.
I thought that when someone choked a bit and said something had gone down the wrong way, that we must have a food tube and a drink tube, and I wondered how our bodies knew what to do with chunky vegetable soup. That's easy. There are little elves in your body pulling a lever that controls where food goes. Each elf is in charge of different foods and liquids. Okay, I watched a lot of Magic School Bus growing up. I also hope that you didn't take me seriously with this one.
Did you?
Take me seriously?
No, did you watch a lot of Magic
I
School Bus?
did.
Okay.
I really did.
I can never tell.
Also, I took myself seriously. I was very confused while reading that one.
9.
The magical fax machine. I used to think that fax machines rolled the paper into tubes and magically sent the physical document through the wires to come out on the other end. Who knows? Maybe one day this will be possible, but probably not. Maybe we need to go back to carrier pigeons, but a fax machine is probably faster. To be honest, this is not the most ridiculous belief we've ever heard. Also, you know what's faster than fax machines?
Cheetah.
No, probably not. The internet.
No. Silly me.
8.
Two-hand smoking. When I was a kid, I thought secondhand smoke meant you smoked with both hands. Like, you had a lit cigarette in each hand and alternated. Surprisingly, there are actually people who smoke 2 cigarettes at a time. Sadly, they might also have a voice box that makes them sound like a robot attached to their throat. Kids, don't start smoking. This message is brought to you by List 25.
7.
Like in the movies. I believe that when people died in movies, they died in real life. I assume before they started filming, they were like, all right, show of hands, who wants to die? Oh, no. All right, show of hands, who wants to die for real? If they asked that question in a cheery disposition, that would probably be more unsettling than the actual question. Like some young PA with a clipboard saying, okay, gang, we're shooting a death scene. Someone gets stabbed, but like, we're really going to stab you. Fun, fun, fun. Thanks, but no thanks.
No, just thanks.
6,
When mushrooms aren't mushrooms. I didn't like mushrooms as a child, but one day my parents served me chopped mushrooms with pasta. These are mushrooms. No, they replied. Those are ujima flips. I must have thanked about a dozen of my friends' sniggering parents for the yummy ujima flips in my dinner. I bet the girl was embarrassed, but it's still funny. Parents, just tell your kids the truth. Save them from humiliation later in life.
5,
I wouldn't go to sleep without the TV on. I believe that if there was ever an intruder, the cast from the show at the time would jump out of the TV and protect me. George Lopez protected me for years. Yeah, but why not have on the Transformers or something like that? They seem like a better choice to protect you than George Lopez. Don't get me wrong, I'm not questioning Mr. Lopez's skills, but lasers, robots with lasers seem like a better choice for protection.
Didn't George Lopez didn't he play a robot with lasers though? In Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Did he?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl is a trip.
Alright.
4,
The birthday suit. I used to think that your birthday suit was an actual suit people wore on their birthday, and always wondered why I didn't have one. This has to be a fairly common misconception by children, but they should really design a suit that's specific for a birthday. Perhaps a tuxedo with balloon animals, or an outfit with a lot of bright and shiny colors.
I'm gonna make this.
God.
Hand-tailored for Tristan.
3,
I used to think that people on the TV could see me when I was really little. One time an aardvark puppet on this show said, "I love your new hair." And I'd just come into the room after having a haircut. It freaked me out. Maybe they could see. Oh, I hate myself. Yes, having an experience like that would probably freak out a lot of children. Maybe we really are living inside the Matrix and that cartoon character really can see you and is trying to communicate with you.
2,
Moving houses. When I was very small, I thought that moving house meant literally moving your house to a different place. I then imagined there must be a secret button somewhere that you push to enable this and set about trying to find it. They do have this. It's called trailer homes. So this person isn't totally off. You can literally move a house to a different location, although most people would probably just choose to buy a new house. Unless they're really attached to their old one.
1,
Where teachers live. I used to think that teachers actually lived at school. I wondered where they slept in school. Maybe in the teacher's lounge? Don't be silly. They keep them in the janitor's closet and flip on a switch before school starts. In fact, that's where they get their assignments for Total World Domination and the algebra exam that you've been dreading. So, what are some things you believed as a kid? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your answer to us at List25, or to me personally at Michael B. Estrin. And if you like this video, check out the ones in this playlist here.